Hey y'all, so y'all, I'm not gonna have a video this week. I didn't even have a chance to edit. I'm still catching up from the Easter weekend. It's just so much going on this week. So I will be trying to just put out shorts for this week or something like that, just to keep the channel in the algorithm and things of that nature. But I won't have a video, y'all, so I'm so sorry about that. I have been really trying, but it is just not happening, which is okay, because I want to take this break anyway this week and just get my mind back together and get back into the gist of things, because the weekend really threw me off, which is totally fine. But that's one thing, God comes before any of this stuff. So I just also want to say that I am just so annoyed, because people love to say, oh, God is love and God hate war and God didn't do this and God don't want this to happen. But y'all fail to realize too that God is love and God is peace. And I'm not talking to you directly. I'm just saying, like, people fail to realize that God is a God of war. And he warns us and he warns us and he warns us. And at the end of it all, we still end up doing what we want to do, but we're calling ourselves believers, true believers, that we're following him. So that means we have to die to ourselves, which is better said than done. It's a work in progress, and God knows that, because he was reincarnated in the flesh. He was Jesus that walked on the earth, that endured everything that we endure as human beings. And he knows how difficult it is, especially when we're in this. So stop thinking that God isn't allowing all of these things to happen, because he is the one that is in control. We ain't. We think we are, but we're not. God is in control, and he is a God of wrath, especially when he warns us time after time after time after time after time again. We have got to do better if we are believers in Christ and we are holding up the bloodstained banner. Like I said, it's easier said than done. It's plenty of days that I fail, but you know what? I don't waddle in it. I continue running and I continue striving for the mark of the higher calling who's in Christ Jesus. And it just baffles me how Christians or believers of God don't know anything spiritually. The Bible says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits, principalities in high places. So of course we're going to be dealing with spiritual things, especially in this day and age, in this day and time. So get out of your head that God isn't a God of war and he just doesn't like war. You're wrong, because he gives us time and time again to get this stuff right. And that's what we have to do. We got to strive to get it right. We got to fight to get in our word. We got to fight to get in their prayer closet. We got to fight to continue to walk saved. And like I said, it's better said than done, because we struggle. And it's okay to acknowledge that we struggle. That's what he wants. He wants us to acknowledge that we ain't got it all together. We're not perfect, because if we were, we'll be up there with him. So stop thinking that God isn't ordaining. It's in the Bible, all of this stuff to happen, because it's unfolding right in front of our eyes in the Bible. So with that being said, I will try to have the video up next week. I just know this week, because I'm not mentally in it. And I'm not just going to put anything out there. And plus, I was filming on my Meta glasses, and I just don't like the way all that moving and stuff is, because I know if it gives me sickness by watching it, editing it, I know it's going to do the same to you. So I'm just going to look for me like a little cheap camera that I can go ahead and record on, because my camera is messing up. And I am just going to do that and film that way. But as far as God not ordaining this, you're wrong. And it just baffles me. Like, I got chill bumps thinking about it, and it angers me that people think that he is not ordaining all of this stuff, and he is. Y'all forgive my rant, but y'all, if you've been following me for a long time, you already know I'm gonna say what I feel, and I feel in the spirit that God wanted me to say that. So I love you guys, and I will talk to you very, very, very soon. Be blessed. Love yourself because you are so worth it. And continue to show up and watch God show out.